the lake's really getting good. The fish are moving shallow.
Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, March the 6th. We're going to spend a little bit of time today with Tom Ott up there at the big lake on Guntersville. We talked to Tracy Robinson about Weiss and Neely Henry, and we're going to connect with Elite Series Pro and Pro staffer Scott Canterbury about what's going on down at Lay Lake and Logan Martin. So stay tuned, and we'll hope to catch you a little bit more fish on your body of water. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, March the 6th. Let's head on up to the big lake there on the Tennessee River up there at Guntersville with our good friend Tom Ott. Tom, I know you and St. Jennifer out there slinging. What's happening up there on the big lake?
You know it, Dano. I tell you, I don't want to be a weatherman or give a weather report, but the weather, we had some rain early in the week. It's been beautiful all week. It's getting stable. Wow. I mean, it's Guntersville, of course. It's not the easiest lake in the world to fish, but the fish are really getting positioned right now. We've had a lot of current rolling through. The watercolor's gotten a little dingy, but starting to clear up. We're seeing water temperatures in the mid 50s to mid 60s, just depending on how skinny you get, that kind of stuff. But the fish are really setting up great on those humps, drains, little ditches that are all leading into those spawning flats. They're hungry. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of bouncing around to find those bigger bites, I think, right now. I mean, at least that's what we're seeing. We're finding a lot of fish and just choking baits. We're throwing a lot of smaller crankbaits, all your springtime stuff, rattle baits, vibrating jigs, those kind of things. Again, those swim bait bites going to come on and strong here in the next month or so, especially when we start seeing some of these fish that are moving back off the bed. But they're definitely there. And all I can say is if you're not catching a bunch of fish right now, slow it up a little bit, move around, but keep it slow. They're still they're eating, but they're not just jumping in the boat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this time of the year can be one of those hit or miss things. And my favorite thing to always say is fish slowly, fast, because if you're not getting bit, you're just not in the right area, but they don't necessarily want to chase real bad. It seems like you could probably catch them on just about anything right now, maybe a jerkbait, maybe a lipless crankbait, square bills, maybe even a big bladed spinnerbait, but just finding out where you need to be. And I'm sure the crappie bite is starting to turn on because it's turning on here at Neely Henry.
Man, I've caught some slabs, and I'm bass fishing, so I've caught some slabs this year. Some of the biggest crappie. I caught the biggest one I've ever seen last weekend. It was just incredible. Caught it on a rattle trap, and it just inhaled it. So I'll get that picture to you. It's pretty impressive.
Well, we'll share it on social media. Well, Tom, as always, thanks for spending some time with us on the Bucks Island Area Fishing Report, presented by Mercury for Lake Guntersville, and we will talk to you again next week. Have fun today.
All right, I appreciate it, Dano. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, March the 6th, presented by Mercury. Want to spend a little time talking about what we found out from our pro staffer, Tracy Robinson, about Weiss Lake and Neely Henry. It looks like things are starting to progress up there. The water's not warming up really great on Weiss Lake yet. We are starting to get some good high daytimes, but the overnight lows have kind of kept the water temperatures at bay. We're looking in the low to mid 50s, maybe occasionally in the backs of pockets where there's no wind and you might find a little bit warmer water. But the fish are starting to respond a little bit, not just full-blown wide open. You want to start looking towards your spawning areas, maybe inside the pockets. Look around some wood, some transition points that go into those spawning pockets. Spinner baits, crankbaits, lipless crankbaits, maybe even a swim bait here or there might be able to get you a few bites. Don't be afraid to flip, because a lot of times right now the big girls will settle up against the hard cover, waiting to move into spawn, but they're still going to be feeding up so that they've got the nourishment to be able to go through the rigors of spawning. Pre-spawn should be coming up pretty soon. Water's a little bit stained. Look for your red colors, maybe even some of your more chartreusey type colors, but I think reds are probably going to be your best bet right about now. Turning to Neely Henry, it's basically the tale of two fisheries. When you talk to Tracy, upriver, there's been a ton of current, so you're going to have to target breaks, eddies, behind the wood, behind the pockets, the leading points on pockets where the current is swirling. Finesse jigs have been working up there, according to Tracy. Some nice spotted bass are being taken. And if you can find maybe a break offshore, you might be able to get that too. Downstream, you want to start looking into the spawning bays and pockets, but maybe not all the way into the backs. Any kind of moving baits, shallow moving baits, flat side square bills, spinner baits, lipless crankbaits, but you're not going to want to burn those things a whole lot. And again, don't be afraid to flip a little creature bait or a jig down there, but you still might be able to get a few bites and have a little bit of fun while you're doing it. The crappie bite on Neely is starting to turn on. We're starting to see reports of anglers putting quite a few crappie into the boat and some good ones too. Our friend Ethan Martin, who spends a lot of time on Facebook sharing his fishing results, has been posting buckets of crappie on his Facebook page. So we know that the crappie are turning on pretty good. But anyway, that's your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, March the 6th, presented by Mercury for Neely, Henry, and Weiss Lake. We thank you for spending some time with us, and we will talk to you again next week. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, March the 6th, presented by Mercury. Hey, we're going to hit our pro staff, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro and Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Scott Canterbury. Scott, what's going on down there at Logan Martin and Lay Lake? Let's hit Lay first.
You know, Lay has been, I think the rain that we had recently really turned these lakes on. It gave some watercolor, but most of all, it created a lot of current. It pushed a lot of fish that was out suspended on bait and stuff to the banks on the whole Coosa chain. So Lay has been really good. Last week, I know they were really biting a swim jig. People was telling me that they were just killing a swim jig last week. I talked to several people that had over 20 pounds on Thursday and Friday of last week, and I think it took a big bag to win the tournament. I know that the spots are biting. You know, top water's starting to turn on. The water's nearing 60 degrees. The spook bite's on a little bit for the spots, but those spots are getting ready to spawn. Any of those long bars, gravel places, road beds, hard places just outside of the current, spots are moving up on and biting really good. Largemouths are in the grass. They're moving back into the creeks. They're not spawning yet, but they're staging up, getting ready to spawn. So a little bit of the deeper edges of the grass seems to be the best areas.
Okay, so that covers Lay Lake. Tell me what you kind of think about Logan Martin right now.
Yeah, I went to Logan this week, and I was actually crappie fishing, but caught several spots while I was crappie fishing. Had a buddy that was bass fishing, and he had in the upper 20s, like 27, 28 fish, and the lake's really getting good. The fish are moving shallow. The current seemed to be a big deal for the spots. Any point that the current was hitting out on the river, you catch them on a flat-sided crankbait. Little finesse jigs work really good. And even, I know he caught a lot of fish on a shaky head. I had some 2 pound, 2.5 pound spots on a crappie jig around boat docks, shallow brush. So fish are moving shallow. It's starting to happen really good. I know Barry and some guys have been fishing tournaments up there, catching some largemouths, cranking shallow wood and shallow brush, and it's been really good. So, you know, this weather, the time of year and everything that's happening, the next moon that comes in, really going to be a big push on the Coosa. Fish are really going to make a push shallow, and it's going to be phenomenal shallow water fishing, but it's getting there right now, and it's a great time to be on the water.
Well, Scott, as always, brother, we appreciate everything. Go out there and have fun.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm down at Lake Mitchell for this. Got a tournament tomorrow. I'm just enjoying it. I was at home, so I thought I'd jump in, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, we're going to go do the same. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, man.
Well, that'll do it for our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, March the 6th, presented by Mercury. Want to thank the guys for spending some time with us and sharing their expertise. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That way you'll be notified when anything goes live here on our channels. And if you need anything tackle-wise to be able to catch a few more fish on your favorite body of water, don't forget about our Loft Tackle store. Come see the staff up here, and we'll find what you need. If we don't have it, we'll order it up for you.